first one I would like to start off with would be Spirited Away. First time that I have ever seen it was over the Christmas holidays, and I have to say it was really good film. I also done a review not that long ago of the film and thought that it would be a good review to start with you guys because I've made a few notes and it's a little bit more structured than my normal stuff, to be honest. So hopefully I can stop myself from going on to my usual rants. But let's see then. I made a review recently, and it's like my first podcast piece, so I'm pretty nervous. I haven't really worked with a lot of software. I'm pretty much a technophobe. But anyway, let's get on to the review, shall we? So it's my first introduction to Hayao Miyazaki's films. This was a really good introduction, obviously. It's classic, no need to really say that with anyone familiar with the film, but in case you're not, it's I would highly recommend it to anyone who wanted to watch it. Basically, really, it's a really, how to explain this? It's basically, Hayao Miyazaki is like a Japanese answer to Disney. So if you can imagine his work being Disney-esque but still very unique, then you're kind of on the right path to what you would get in his films. That's the quality we're talking about. It's not anything to be sniffed at. He's pretty much genius and sells masterpieces, in a lot of people's opinions. And there's a reason why he's popular. Like, first of all, like, not only does this film look great with the animation, like, being some of the most astounding that I've ever seen, and this film was released in 2001, so at parts you can see, like, it's of the time, but even, like, taking the time out of it, it's pretty much, like, animation-wise, it's absolutely stunning, and he's so good at, like, creating these fantastical, like, elements in his work, because I've seen loads of reviews. I've seen like reviews of all his works because I've watched Nostalgia Critics reviews, and you know what his reviews are like. They're amazing. So like this is what got me into Miyazaki's work in the first place. Um. So I had an idea of what to expect from Miyazaki anyway. Um. I have actually seen other works by him now that I'm thinking about it. Well, I saw bits and bobs of Arrietty because it was on TV once. I fell in love there, and a more recent work by his slightly more experimental in its animation style. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, that's gonna annoy me. Um. Anyway, like that revelation over. I was What I noticed about it is the sound production of this movie is absolutely fantastic. Being on a journalism course at college is like we're doing this part of the course right now, and it's radio production. So the review that I had to do was on a podcast form, and that consists of me picking up a script and talking about all this, but I had to take into consideration it's for radio. So I had to look at this review in a different angle. So I started thinking about all the sounds in the movie, and what I came up with was one of the particular scenes that a lot of people talk about is like the training scene where everything is silent and all you can really hear is like the noise of the background. And if the only thing that I could remember from it's like the train whooshing by like in the water, and I never put into the review. I think it was mainly time constraints, to be honest. It's actually explaining all the different, like, you could hear the spirits dragging, like, their stuff off of, like, the shelves, like, where the luggage and stuff was stored, and, like, the them all just sort of shuffling around on the train. Nobody says a word to anyone, and it's so breathtakingly beautiful, and that music in the background as well. I never talked about that. I really should have. That it's it sounds as good as it looks. What I can imagine, the way I best like, kind of describing this is kind of like if you were blind and hearing like the audio description version, like, and or just you wouldn't even need that. You wouldn't need audio description because you could hear it. You could hear what's going on, and you could get just as clear as a picture from the sound alone. And that's brilliant when a film can do that. That's sound production. Anyway, another scene that brought my attention was good for like recording. I just ended up giving up looking for it on YouTube. It must be like copyrights or something. But ended up just recording these sounds straight from my laptop where I was watching the DVD. Because I got the DVD for Christmas, and I was recording the sound of that squeaky lamp. I would say creature, but I think it's a spirit, and the lamp spirit that leads the no-face spirit, Chihiro, Yubaba's baby, and the bird. Both of those two ones were like they were transformed. The baby and the bird. I think the Yubaba's baby was transformed into like a gerbil or something. Anyway, they're getting led to Zenyaba's house at the end of the movie, and they're getting led by this squeaky lamp thing, and the sound of it is just so subtle and amazing, and but it's like it's so realistic